Thank you for letting me go, guys. This sound was broken. So, yeah, we're back. Do you know what? I'll start again. Welcome back, everybody. It is 8 o'clock on the 12th of September. That would be a Friday. Don't forget, if you're watching live or if you're watching later, the join links are in the description. This is episode 245 of Latent Space Live. I'm Drift Johnson. This is Scuffed Epoch. Welcome to the show. Hello, Full Dive Media. How are you doing today? Yes, there was no sound. Dragon, no sound. Thank you for letting me know. And Full Dive, it's okay now. Excellent. We've caught up. So I'm flipping the script tonight. Normally we do Writers Club last. We're doing it first, but it's kind of like a blend of the Archive Spelunky because we're going to be pulling out and mapping out all the books that we wrote this summer, because I want to move to production and actually take them to print, and that's going to take a significant amount of effort. So let us begin. Oh, and by the way, the careless commander is complete. You see, the thing is, guys, I'd been working towards this for a while. Let's see if I can get a picture up on the screen. Let's put it down in my notes. Oh, it's upside down. We'll have to sort that out before I can show it to you. Okay. Let's move this out of the way. That's my image commander. So where's my Discord? Anybody else? Nope. Just making sure I've said hello to everybody. Right. So, there we go. I can't believe it's upside down. Okay, so I'm waiting on some more keys to make the picture look cool. I'm going to have a full set very soon. They're on the way. And you'll see what I mean in a minute. Let's see if I can just get this image and rotate it. Rotate left. Rotate left. Open. Okay. Now then. What's going on here, boys? Boys and girls? That would be the A3 print of the skyline that we generated on the stream a couple of days ago. And then in the middle, we have, you can get these online. It's a USB-C 2x6 keyboard. I'm going to get custom colors across the top. So the idea is that there is my Careless Whisper dictation button. You know, it does Shift F1. Shift F1, Control F1. Shift F2, Control F2. Shift F3, Control F3. Different color for each function. And then along the bottom, that would be the folders. That would be the 6 folder bindings. Control Alt 1, Control Alt 2, Control Alt 3. So this is like Careless Commander. It sits at the side and it controls Careless Hot Folders and Careless Whisper. So then you have like a hardware thing. It's kind of sweet. You can get these caps for like $5 if you look around. But be careful because there's people scalping them for like $30 a piece. It's actually a crazy little mini thing I discovered in my, in the process of devising of this thing, because I was like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if you could have like a separate keyboard that just does the dictation, speech, dictation, TTS, so it reads out what's in the clipboard. This puts what you said in the clipboard. This reads out what's in the clipboard. This one allows you to speak into the clipboard and then have that be put into the LLM, OpenRouter or Olama. And then this one allows you to copy some text and speak in front of it, so prompt with clipboard that's already in the clipboard, yeah. And then the last one is OpenRouter only. And there's a reason why I've done this setup, okay? What I want to do is I want to make like a graphic template, and then I'm going to print that out and put the keyboard on here. So I'll set my size to whatever this is, and this is just to align to make sure that when I print it out, hopefully it's roughly to scale. That's the idea. So I'm going to try and make like a visual thing to show like this button does this button does this, you know what I mean? That's the plan. And so what I'm really doing here is just, and then I'll put the real one on top when it's finished. So that's what that's all about. And I'm using it. Isn't that awesome? Right. Still haven't got Comfy open yet, but there's a reason for that. We have to update Comfy, guys. And that, you know what I mean? Do I want to update Comfy? Not really. But I got to update Comfy. We need to have a look at the new stuff at the other end of the show. So let's take a look at some images. So obviously we made a buttload of images recently. These I think came from HiDream. And we were messing around to see like what you could get away with it. So a lot of it's kind of blurry. Yeah. And this is that was not the move, if you know what I mean. Not the move. Okay, we started messing around. We managed to get the settings better. Yeah, does make good image good. Do you know what I mean? Good image good. And then I think we started like messing with it, see if we could. I was hitting it with my S3 captions, which are kind of old now. And this is all very well and good. By the way, can you let me know in the chat the speed I'm going through these? Is it like horrendously compressed and you can't actually see anything? Because that would be useful to know. Where did I put the folder which has got the outputs? The outputs there. There we go. We need those outputs. Okay. Because the HiDream stuff was cool. We ended up getting some pretty cool stuff when I started using the Brutal. So this we upscaled and refined with the WAN workflow, which is pretty much what I've been going with. Upscale it with WAN at the end. So you get that detail, but then you also get the higher res, and it solves a lot of little problems. It won't fix issues like that. Oh, do we really know what's in this folder? I'd better just look ahead real quick. It looks okay. So this is using my Brutal Futures with random prompts. So we're still just testing out my enhancer right now to see what it'll do. And I like it. I think it does a great job. Man, it comes out with some real crazy stuff. A lot of these I haven't even seen yet because obviously I make it over API. I usually only see the last one. Wow, that's cool. the retro futuristic seats are kind of cool. Ah, the Corvette. Are we near the end? Have we gone all the way around? Nope, we're still going. Ah, there we go. Nope. Yep, that's it. It's weird. I feel like I was looking at a different list. Anyway. And then there's Brutal Vision as well. I'm not sure. This was actually the first run, so I've got like 150 of these. Oh my god. Some of them are pretty awesome. I already shared many of them, but I want to skip to a couple of them. Oh yeah, we did Coffee Time. That would be Cthulhu Bishop. There's a whole bunch of those. That's Car X Johnson. That would be Yokai Raiders. More Yokai Raiders. So there's no LoRa being loaded here. We're using, I think, HiDream to do the initial image. It may be that I changed over to using a different model and didn't change the folder. So I think actually we might be using Seed. Is it Seedance 4? Oh, I forget the name of this. So SeaDream 4. There you go. SeaDream. Yeah, this is SeaDream 4 now. with the enhancer, and I'm obviously that'll be a Thora prompt. So we're putting various different things through it. Fernicar Battlecruiser operational. Liked and subscribed. Dragon Diffusion says High Dream needs like 50 or 60 steps when running locally. Well, it's interesting you can even run it locally. I don't think you can do Sea Dream 4. So it's making good images. At this point, I'm using a very low creative ups. I'm not, you know, I haven't loaded LoRa's or done any creative upscale. I just want to see what it can do with the, oh my God. So it's making some crazy mistakes, but it does make some, look, we got it into the abstract chaos now, look. Okay. Okay. I like that one. I think I shared that one. It's making some really cool stuff. So I thought we'd take a look at, so I love this. The scale is nice. I thought we'd take a look at some of the outputs just to kick things off. So, you know, welcome to the show. Get relaxed. We're just going to take a look at some of these outputs. If you're interested, it's Sea Dream 4 on API at 2048, and then we upscale with WAN 2.2 to 4K. But I will say this, a lot of these early images were done with less. Do you know what I mean? I refined the settings, so as we get into the collection, you're going to see, you know, higher res, even more detail. But this is, I think, now the like cutting edge way to get detail. It sort of blows everything out the water. But I think there's a secret that we can get even more detail, because there's a way to do native upscaling with Sea Dream. Sea Dance. Sea Dream. I just get confused because it's like, it's Sea Dream, not Seed Ream. Just don't get it mixed up. Look at that. The abstract chaos going for realism with a mix of the retrofuturism and the brutalist. So good. The weathered surfaces. Genuine. It's funny though, we see that crystal. I don't know where the crystals are coming from. We get crystals a lot and they do look cool, but I don't remember asking for them. I think they might be one of the rules and I've just forgotten about it because it was a 20 questions interview, and I must admit I made the choice, but I don't remember all of them because there were so many rules. Seed VR Lab have taken DJZ everything with Seed to the next level. It's true, because the thing is, if I take my Zenkai and my Zenkai system is agnostic, it doesn't matter what model you use it with. You just plug it in and off you go. I did try image to image, and I'm ready for that, but I don't think it's ready for us because when I tried to do it, it wouldn't let me. Now, this is one of the reasons I want to update. There's a couple of things on my hit list tonight. One is native high res, so not using WAN, because there is a way to ask for the image at the super high res. I did the research. It's there. The ability is there, but we can't access it because most API sites, they want to charge you for upscaling. They're not going to let you they're not going to let you do a native 4K upscale, even though it can do it. So, or a native 4K gen. It can do it, but most of the sites limit you to 2048 on width or height. So you can't actually go up and do the like 2560 by 1440 or any of those good sizes we want to test out. And that's talking about Runware. So I'm thinking maybe Runware are going to update their nodes, or ComfyUI nodes are going to have the ability to actually set the higher res. But it's quite funny about which resolutions it wants to use. So we're looking at Brutal Futures E&H outputs using Sea Dream 4. And then I've upscaled the images using WAN to 4K, I believe. Yeah, 2880 by 2880 square. So the whole concept of abstract chaos is stuff above and stuff below with a clear horizon, and often it would be heavenly concepts and underworld or tree root concepts. And then the Brutal Futures makes this concrete brutalism with retrofuturist elements. So here we've got hexagonal panels with tree inlays, and a little glass bottle down here. We'll get the sphere because that's like a planet, but it's chrome because it's retro-futurist. It's so good. Look at this. It's really kind of showing off like what it's good at. I'm not, you know. Look at that. Now that is a brilliant abstract chaos interpretation in brutal futures, because you have the defined horizon, we have the root structures that we see underneath, okay, and it's turned it into a feature, right? And then above we have the cosmic concepts. So you have cosmic with roots like Yggdrasil and the heavens, but then we also have the concrete, weathered concrete. And you'll see that concept is in every image. It's in every image. Nailed it. And this is like a super abstract concept. You know what I mean? If I asked an image model for stuff like this, it's often not going to listen. So this is, look at this. This is a huge achievement. You know, it's crazy what they've managed to pull off here. What's that? Are they painting a car or just air pressure? Now I remember there used to be a radio station on the background, unless it's deliberately. There's no music. Thank you, Fernie. It means that the power cut caused all kinds of grief, guys. My computer nearly didn't turn on. I was like, oh. Right, so if I say here, is it Realtek? No. Hang on, guys. I'm trying to fix it. Speakers? I thought I already... Oh. Can you hear the music now? I think I fixed it. Yeah, thank you, mate. I didn't realise. See, the power cut reset a bunch of stuff. You know, like defaults that don't save got reset. Okay. So let's continue. Look at that. You see what I mean? It's like tree roots, above and below, heaven and hell. See what I mean? Thank you, Full Dive. But yeah, look at this. I love it. It's exactly what I asked for. And it's such an abstract concept as well. Like, you couldn't really describe this stuff and hope to get away with it. But it is. It's heaven and hell. Clear division between the two, but it's blended with a second aesthetic. So now it's doing some crazy stuff. Sometimes it gets a bit weird. But then other times you get stuff like this. It's just, whoa. I want to make a video game like Myst, where you just get AI images and you have to, like, solve puzzles. You can totally do it. Every image is just stunning. Like, what the hell's going on here? Do you ever hear of the game Myst? Or Riven? They were full of stuff like this, but they didn't have anywhere near the resolution that we've got. In terms of, like, you know, just like abstract CGI concept stuff. Look at that. Still more interesting than most of the flats you see built now. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. Concrete and wood, absolutely crazy, but it looks kind of cool though. I'm not so sure about all the bubbles and crystals and whatnot. I'd probably remove them, but good game, says Full Dive. Classic game. Still playable now, still actually like a puzzle, you know. If you load it up now, you still play it and you'll be like, what the hell is this? It's like, it's an intrigue game. It's not supposed to be obvious. You have to you have to figure it out. Anyway, let's pick up some speed. We start introducing Thora to the mix. And at first, things go okay. This should be a get meme. Just take a screenshot there. It's respond. You can respond to people with that one. I think I start doing Cthulhu Bishop, right? Bit of Cthulhu Bishop in there to see what that does. And then I started putting in, this is the abstract model that we trained WAN with. A whole bunch of these. and I think I tried to do an airship, and it literally made the SS Brutal Fury. And I was like, not the move. So I went to Sharona, and she doesn't have her white hair, but this is like no Laura. Oh, what's that? What did I do? Did Black Sun? Assassin Carb. Because there's hair on the sword. This is the first model which has put hair on the sword. Because if you remember the prompt for Assassin Carb, the prompt is something like Assassin Carb, a demonic looking skeleton with red hair and a sword with red hair. Because we were exploiting the fact that the hairstyle would become like the what's coming off the, it's gonna, the sword would emit the same art effect as the hair. And anyway, that was what we did. And as you can see here, we actually have hair on the sword. Because I always isn't it funny that it never puts hair on the sword? Because we literally said, anyway, this would be Empire, but without the Empire Laura, so it made a cubic head Space Marine, which is actually pretty funny. It's like Brother Minecraft. And then we started doing a bit of Dark Sun. Not Dark Sun, Black Sun. Okay, there's a lot of Black Sun. Let me just screen it, because I haven't seen a lot of this. Oh, this is cool actually. We're going to get into a cool little arc here. So I'm skipping through a bunch of different prompts using my enhancer. And I think I've turned off, I don't know, is Brutal Futures still on? It feels like I've turned Brutal Futures off. I think I went to the Geiger. I think I went to the Geiger one. Yeah. See, it started to get spinal. So we're using the Geiger enhancer now. And some of the stuff that we're getting out of Sea Dream is pretty cool. A lot of potential in this model. So obviously Thor is fighting the robots, and it's going to cycle through a bunch of different art styles, because we're not really specifying what we want. We're just feeding it and saying, and oh man, the viscera is pretty high detail. And these prompts, I don't use these prompts often, because I'll be real, the old models couldn't actually follow them. It's basically, because the thing is, there's a robot in the background and a robot being fought. And often what will happen is, there's no distinction of who's who, and it just becomes, holy shit, new abilities unlocked. Damn. Now that is something I've not seen before. I'll accept more arms when they're like robot sword things. That's cool. Although it kind of looks like her face. You see what I mean? There's the separation. Like, she's becoming more robotic. He's becoming more human. Why has he got normal guns? And she's got like cables coming out of the back. Love it. These are great. So then we start going into a little bit of Geiger architecture. Again, loving the viscera. This is spinal. This is not the true world with Geiger. Through Sea Dream, no Laura, just prompt. And as you can see, as we turn the denoise up and down, you see, turn the denoise down, it's more realistic. Turn the denoise up, it starts becoming more creative. This was probably my image of the day. This is amazing. It's an elevator. Look, it's an elevator that rides a chrome spine on a flesh wall. What on earth have we... This is something else. This to me is next gen, because it's generating in 2K, and then you can put it through your creative upscaler with your pre-trained models on top. At the moment, I'm still using low denoise, like 0.2. But this is insane. I don't think we've ever been able to generate this level of detail, because look at the contrast. We've got the mechanical of the lift shaft, and you can see the windows of the flat block. There's like apartments in there. You can see these giant chrome spinal chords, which this entire platform is clearly going up, because check it out up here. This whole thing is riding. Well, actually, that looks a bit scuffed. I could probably just paint that out so that it's actually behind, because it's behind here. So it shouldn't have come in. That shouldn't have come in front. But that's a small thing. But anyway. Super cool. Like, you look at some of these. Look at what. Do I still have a channel? Yeah, so anyway, that's pretty cool. So I thought, well, let's dial it back and we'll do some more sort of visceral artworks. Oh man, this is what I'm talking about. Not the True World is like... Not the True World has got like a whole new horror genre. We're getting ready for Halloween. I think you can see here. This will be where I read all my stories from. This is canon now, my house. I'm claiming it. I'll live here. Although I might change my mind though through the course of this run through. So again, more Not the True World. I love it. What the hell? Okay. Yeah, more futuristic stuff. Let's have a look at these people, because this was something that... Oh, I can see some pineapple. Yeah, a bit of a texture on it. But that's okay. That's alright. I mean, that's actually pretty damn detailed, guys. We've zoomed in all the way. Hang on, can we see if there's anyone down here? Hang on. No, we can't see anyone down there. Oh, well. Oh, wait. Is there someone up there? So, yeah, this one, even better. The reflections are insane. You know, the potential for like zoom, crop and blur for like matte. You know, you could have this as matte behind the scene. Yeah, you want more visceral, Not the True World. Yeah. Very Geiger-esque. It's like trying to be Geiger-esque when it's got no knowledge of what we're really asking for. But it's definitely achieving. I think it understands the brief. I really like this thing up here. It makes me think that the guy from Attack on Titan was a big Geiger fan, because that's kind of, I think, what the final boss looks like. Obviously much, much bigger, but it was quite a unique design of like the arched spine like that with the body, and I was like, oh, that's where it reminded. That was Geiger-esque. Again, this is subtle. I love this one. It's subtle. It looks like a cyberpunk sort of New Yorkish, like vaguely European, right? The Vitos and the sprinters are nice touch. But what's going on over here? What's going on behind me? And up here, we have some growths. This is not the world. You know what I mean? It's sort of like, it looks like something you might see, but then it's not. And love it. No people out of scale yet. Yeah, that's very true. Very true. No need to airbrush. This is one of my favorites as well. I posted it up on Twitter because I was like, look, we've got a crazy structure, like mega structure visible from space that's spanning. What is that built on? Is that centered on Europe? No, Egypt? Or Saudi Arabia? It looks like it covers the entire of Saudi Arabia. Got to get the oil out somehow, guys. I don't know. We need more. And then obviously we have like the only thing that breaks the perspective is there's buildings behind the planet. If there was just space back there and it was space, this would be like some kind of epic colony that's just floating in orbit, which would have been really cool. But what I liked was the viscera and the biomechanical details in this tower here. That's something else. And it's consistent across all the towers. Look, there's one thing you'll notice, yeah? The one in the back, the one in the there, and this one, that's clean. So it's a really interesting example of the biomechanical fusion, which Geiger's famous for. But like, it's doing it with the cables and everything. Like, what the hell is that? That is what I call gnarly. It is actually gnarly. Okay. The only thing it doesn't have is random teeth. You know what I mean? It's like the whole body, but all the bone is metal, and there's no teeth. But anyway, again, spinal. It's something else. I don't even know what these sacs are, but it's worrying. Very cyberpunk, like almost like what's it called? Fifth Element. You know, because you can see like there's more. There's just more. See, I'd love to get this and do one of those infinite zooms. Do you know what I mean? Just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, and, you know, fly through. That'd be so cool. Again, spinal. Man, you got to take it in sometimes. It's just like, what is this? It's good. Don't worry, guys. There's no nipples. And there's like a head here, so I don't even really know what we're looking at. Okay, let's just do a quick screenage here. I don't think there's anything spicy here, but it's like, you know how it is. I think what we'll do is we'll keep going until we get to there. Yeah. 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 Yep. 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 Might get away with it. Because, you know, cybernetics, man. I mean, have you got an eye in your shoulder? This next generation is something else. Why is the gun always pointed at her? What is this, guys? We've gone beyond the Borg. We've gone beyond the Borg. This is like bio-Borgs. What is this? My goodness. Yeah, in the 3D era, artists would post this. Yeah, exactly, yeah. This would be a flex. Like, look how good I am at making CGI. Like, obviously it's not, and I'm not, but the level of detail in these synths is crazy. Absolutely crazy. That's nuts. It's got a bit of a weird texture on it, but remember, I'm not doing the proper upscale. I'm doing my own nuts thing. It's entirely possible, guys, that the originals the originals might be better in some ways. Whoa! We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We survived. We're okay. But what the hell, dude? This is like Existenz level of biotech. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Back to anime. I mean, nightmare fuel in the right context. It's nightmare fuel. I hope that the horror movie SFX guys are taking note and like making cool shit, because this is going to be something else. I think we're nearly there. We're nearly there. Right, that's the end. That's the end. That is the end. So, oh, wait a minute. So, what did the originals look like? Were they worse? So I just want to take a look at a couple of the, because I want to see what my upscale actually, you know, is doing. can we open a new one? Is it just going to make... I want to open a second... Open a second one. Okay, cool. What the... okay. You can't do that? That's useless. Right, try it another way. Open with photos. Ah, good. We got it. Right. What I wanted was a side-by-side. So let's look at what came out of Seedream versus what I've got, because I want to be up front, you know. What are we actually looking at? So this is what came out of Seedream. This is what I did with WAN. Okay? There's context, right? Before everyone thinks that, oh my god, this Seedream's amazing. So yeah, it is, but there's a two-stage process that I'm doing here. So I don't want to be like misleading people. Obviously you can see the workflow, I share the workflow, but if you don't load it up, let's just, you know, apples with apples and all. I will also put it at 1-to-1 for you guys as well. So that is the 100%. This is the 100%. So obviously this has been upscaled, right? Okay, so that's a 1-to-1 example. The cat will certainly get some comments. Prompt purist will be hating the reality is that upscale is the cherry on top. It is, but let's be fair. This is a special type of upscale which is involving LoRa, same prompt. So the prompts I'm using into Seedream are the prompts that will be used for the LoRa. So it's kind of all aligned with the LoRa I'm using for WAN. Yeah, so if we were able to train Seedream, then it would be a different question. If we were able to do image input to Seedream, it would be a different question. All this is text to image with vision. So I'm using vision from one of my data sets, and then I'm enhancing the prompt into the API for Seedream, getting that output, and then basically doing tiled image to image with the same prompt. And we do like 0.25 denoise. I think it might have gone up, or I don't know, maybe I might have come down. I was moving the denoise around to get different effects. But yeah, if we go back image, just comparing apples with apples for you guys, yeah? So you can see like what's going on, and you can see like what actually came out of Seedream alone versus what has been brought in by the upscaler. One thing which is nice, you get nice features and crisp detail with the upscaler, but the textures in the original, like, what is going on here? It looks like jam. That's a lot of jam. Again, look at the... See, even though it's not, like, when you zoom in, it's actually not very good. But there's potential there, right? And the problem, I had the denoise way too high. Yeah? So that's what happens when you had the denoise too high, basically. I think I put it up to like 0.45 for that one. I mean, it does a great job, don't get me wrong. I mean, look, this is a clean image. It's very clean. I mean, if you look at this up close versus this up close, it's not even a question, right? It's not even a question. But I will admit that this skin looks way more natural. So WAN has kind of WANified the skin, which is why I'm like, okay, just back off the denoise. I love the example images we have tonight. Oh my god. So anyway, Seedream 4.0, ladies and gents, what can it do? Well, it can do shockingly realistic special effects, in my opinion. This is like, you know, if you saw something like that in a movie, you'd be like, whoa, that's really good. So, but there are a few weird things going on, right? So take a look at the edge here. That's a bit weird. I mean, look at that skin though. Guys, I mean, the skin's crazy. See, the problem WAN has is it does make this sort of doll-like plastic skin. But if you actually look though, it has got really good detail. It's just not, you know what I mean? You can see the detail in the nose. Look at that. Look at that. That's a proper nose. Whereas this thing, I don't know what this is. Looks a bit plasticky. So if we zoom into somewhere fair, like this is zoomed in a lot. We've zoomed in 200% nearly on this side. You zoom in 200% on this side, you can start to see the cracks, you know? So even though this is cleaner, in a way, this is more realistic. So what I'd say is, yeah, dial back the denoise. Oh my god, the Catwoman. There's the original Catgirl, guys. What can we do here? She's got cosmic eyes. Oh god. I don't know why. I've got no idea. But hey, what can you say? You know, it tried to make her more human because the character is a human. So yeah, that was a weird one. But I do think the real test was to see if the generic anime girl that we get out of Seedream can become closer to our Thora character. And I do think we got close, but in the effort of doing that, we've actually lost the anime style. You see what I mean? So we've gone from anime girl matching the same description to something closer to the character face. You know what I mean? But it's gone almost 2.5D in the effort, right? But I do think it's possible. So it's like you don't really need to train You don't really need to train Seedream because you can do a LoRa loaded upscale of, you know what I mean, something which looks like, you know what I mean, it's a anime girl with red hair holding a gun in a corridor. You know what I mean? It's a very typical description for a Thora, right? And so when you come along, you just up the denoise a bit, and there's like a balancing act which you have to maintain, where you want to change the image enough that it gets to your character, but not so much that it becomes a cat girl with a chrome spine. But yeah. What did that one look like? Yeah, that one looked bad out the gate. You see how my upscaler is given the ID? Because remember, I'm putting the prompt in for Thora woman, right? Okay, yeah, we're good. She's good. Okay, so I can see here that it is creating our character. That is her face. Even though it's like very photorealistic, you know, that is getting, you know what I mean? It's getting closer. It's closer to the identity of the character which is being loaded in rather than just person. You know what I mean? But I also though, we have lost a lot of detail. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the details has gone. So I think it's like you say, it's a workaround. It's not really the best. But that one is a hit. That's an anime Thora, if ever I saw one. Her hair's a bit short, but I think it might have actually been a boy to start off with. Doesn't look like a girl. But yeah, that is a classic Thora, you know, image, right? And we didn't have that. What I'm saying is we didn't have the character in this model, but it is very detailed, and that's a great place to start. Okay. She's a robot. Calm down. But yeah, you can see that we're going towards our character. I think that the original kind of looks cooler. It's got this circuitry inside of it, which has been replaced with more realistic pipes and metal stuff, which is what I asked for, to be fair. You know, I asked for biomechanical, and I got biomechanical. The steel texture, yes, the metal is so good. The metals, like the difference between the textures is what I'm like really impressed by, because you can see a clear distinction between anime skin, concrete, viscera, whatever this translucent gel-like. I know this is like a gel-like substance, you know what I mean? It's like a I don't know, latex is the wrong word, but the upscaled body really shocks. The body in plastic is amazing. Yeah, I know, it's a classic Thora pose, but it's got the spine from Geiger, the biomechanical stuff, the translucent paneling. That's the same stuff you get from Geiger as well. But over on this side, this looks like jellyfish or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, this looks like, okay, it's like iRobot, semi-transparent. I get it, right? But this looks like some kind of new material I've not seen before. It looks like an actual jellyfish with energy in it. And I don't know. It's something else. Like, because if you look here, this is very basic. We got like drips, and this almost looks like hair. These cables in here. If you look at this, and it looks like, I don't know, it looks like something biological. It's not the same material at all. Yeah, it's not canon. This isn't canon. So, okay. Just more of the same there. What we got here? Okay, so the one thing it did here was it turned the viscera on the gun into metal parts. So again, okay, so some of the source, look at that. What the hell? It reminds me of Quake. In Quake, there was a lot of this sort of stuff going on, like wet, fleshy stuff, you know? Kind of like lubricant or gel of some kind. Wow. See, this is a low D noise. We've done a low D noise. I reckon we could probably go lower. We might have a go at that in a bit, but... So yeah, she's almost... Her ears looking very artificial here. Yeah. Wait a minute. Isn't that the face of the chick from The Last of Us in the first game? Wait a minute. Isn't that Ellie? Coincidence. It's just a redhead. Don't worry about it. But yeah, we got the spine. We got the synthetic flesh. We got the brain matter. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're going to go past that one. Okay. Interestingly, Juan broke the mouthpiece, whatever that is. I kind of like the holographic circuitry looks cooler. Overall, the quality is better. But again, it's lacking. It doesn't know what to do with this sort of stuff. It doesn't know what to do with this jam, you know? You see it in the Borg. Here, it's kind of just gone, Geiger. Just turned it all into, like, over muscle and, you know. See what I mean? This is actually a great example. Look at the difference, like, in terms of character. Oh, wow. The difference in terms of character is huge. Like, Juan has actually fixed it. It's fixed it, so it's just look, this is just a mask. You know what I mean? This is just, yeah, sure, it's got a bunch of stuff here, yeah? But it's pretty much just a mask, yeah? This is embedded into the flesh, like Warhammer 40k or something. Something horrendous, you know what I mean? This looks like, Mechanicum. See, this here, on the right, this is Disney. On the left, this is Mechanicum. So what we need to do is we need to figure out how we can get the Sea Dream to actually upscale properly, because it's capable. It's capable. It can do it, but not with Juan. Juan is a video model, though, to be fair. I think what Juan did was it set the example that we needed 2K base image models. I was talking about it weeks and weeks ago. I'm just glad that the big boys in charge have actually decided to do it, you know. The kid that acts as an AI in the movie looks like the previous face. Oh, yeah. I know the one you're on about. I forget the name. Again, this looks like a prop. This looks like a nightmare. Yeah, this is very realistic. Like, the face quality is so good. Like, this is trying to put everything on the skin. Do you know what I mean? Like, WAN doesn't know what we're trying to do. That is, like, cyberpunk as hell. Like, you just got random bits in your face with metal. Very cool. We'll keep going past those ones. So this is just a focus to show the difference between, you know, what's what. Because it still beats, it's still beating on quality. But what I'm saying is, we're going to move on. The original was even worse. So again, generic sort of meat-like stuff. This is a bit more realistic, I think. We're going to get somewhere in between the two. Okay, let's look at the people. So what were we getting out of WAN? Right, Big WAN did a big job with the people. The people were not visible at all at 2048. And that is all WAN upscale restore. That is all those people, all those doorways, everything, in fact. That's the power of the WAN upscale. Let's have a look on the other side. Yeah, see what I mean? Look at that. There's literally nothing there on this one. Really. Not really. And if I, like, go down to this down there, so hang on. So let's go down to the lowest one. There's no one there, look. Yeah, look at the difference. And this is like tiny, tiny detail. Tiny, tiny details. Like, there literally wasn't even a guy there. It has changed the background, though. The perspective looks a little bit better on this side. A little bit, but even though the detail's worse, it's kind of lost the plot here. Look, doesn't really know what's going on. But that had better depth to it. This kind of just makes things. Yeah, it's more or less on point. More or less on point. Ooh. Okay, so yeah. See, Sea Dream's still got way more in it that we haven't unlocked yet. Because, you know, sure, I can make clean-looking details that make sense out of a castle. Yeah, cool, right? That's what it's supposed to do. But, whoa, that's interesting. It actually did something really cool, and that just got completely lost. You see what I mean? So I think Sea Dream might have more in it that we haven't quite gotten to. So what's that one then? Ah, yeah, the classic. Oh, whoa, look at the difference. That's actually a huge difference. So on this one, we've just got like a mega city with towers and a normal street, and we've got like very Geiger-esque sinews over biomechanical, right? But this is what it actually made. It made a planet that's wrapped. That planet is wrapped, and there's only one way out here. Look, it's completely wrapped in some kind of plastic. It's like held up by posts everywhere. And then if you look at this, that's like Quake. You ever play Quake 3? I think it's Quake 3. When the graphics were sick, but it was like flesh growing out of everything. This one more, yeah, it's more. Let's keep going. So is there another one? Ah, my house. Let's go back to my house. Yeah, the one on the right's definitely the better one. Okay. Oh. Don't fail me now. You know what it is. Coffee time. I'm back. Get yourself a drink, guys. Don't worry, I'll keep it up on coffee time for a minute. How is it going? I hope you're all enjoying the show. We're going to be heading into the weekend soon. Are you ready? Can't believe it's already like near the middle of September. Isn't that crazy? But yeah. Nobody saw Seedream coming except us, because we've been going on about how if image models don't release a 2K base soon, they could be finished, because if more models came out like WAN, what would be the point? You know, you can just do everything with a video model and make one image, one frame. Like, what would be the point? So the only way is to release true HD image generation, right? And I think that what Seedream's done is really clever, because they got a 2K base model, but then I think, and I could be wrong, but it looks like they've got an inbuilt tiling for certain aspect ratios. So that means that a detail that we're getting right now, we could get at normal aspect ratios, not just 1:1, and also up at like native 4K gen. So that's the next move, and I already know how I'm gonna play with that, so it's gonna be funny, but it's gonna require a little bit of, yeah, seams are gonna be the next problem, you know, because you'll want to do stuff and you'll have to slice it up and edit it and put it back together again. But seams are going to become an issue again, but I think we should have it covered by now. It's been 3 years of tiling. We should have good code for it, I think. I'm actually surprised that nobody came out with like a grid seam fix thing, you know, so you could like tell it what the tiling is and then it would just create like a scrambler just to scramble that line of pixels, you know, so that they blend. Just blend those two sets, the edges where they meet. Just blend that in a line, grid, cross, done. I don't know. I guess it's like more complicated. Yeah. Anyway, where were we? Right, I think we've given everyone enough time to grab themselves a drink. Welcome back. So we've taken a look at the images. That was fun. Do I have any more for you? No, I think we looked at all of them pretty much. Oh, there was one. I did one video with VO3. Haha, but we've already seen them. They're from yesterday, so get rid of that. All right. So I guess... So, no, there we go. Narrative buckets. Let's pull this into view. Hey, right. So we'll do a little bit of writer's room. Yo, 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 Aku's Atif. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, everybody. Do like the stream. Don't forget to like the stream. I appreciate the likes where I can get them. So anyway, like I say, what we got here is a bunch of the books that we actually finished. So we've got the Tower series, we have the Empire series, the Collector series, which I think was last, it's probably not finished. Westwick, which was the demo, so I'm probably not going to publish that. That was supposed to, well, I don't know, actually, maybe we should. New Mars and Moonbase. Nah, screw it, I think we should do them all. So that is, how many books are there here? So I think Tower is a trilogy. Empire is a trilogy. Collector, I think, is a one-off. Glamorgoon. Westwick? I think there's like a collection of short stories about Westwick. This is just the bucket, by the way, not the books. These are just the buckets which are used for writing more books. So, New Mars. How many did we do here? Just one. That's surprising. It's Moonbase. Did Moonbase have a trilogy? Yes. Moonbase has a trilogy. Okay, so we got, what, 3 trilogies? Okay, right. We have 3 trilogies, so let's write them up. Oh no, I broke it. That's fun. I got stuck to my finger. Okay. Books. Okay, we have 3 trilogies, so let's write them up. So let's see, what have I got? I've got Tower, Empire, and Moonbase. Okay. Tower series has 3 books. Empire series has 3 books. Collector is a one-off. New Mars is only 1 book. Moonbase has 3 books. And I think Westwick is a collection of short stories. Uh-huh. Oh, lol. It got massive. Resizing logic needs some work. Weird. Okay. But there's more, though. Not there. There's also Precision Paradox. Romeo and Juliet. And then we have all these Lost Tales. There's Dandelion. I knew I had it. So we've got... Romeo and Juliet. Precision... Oh, man. There's also Precision Horizon, the Romeo and Juliet project. Let's see what else I got. Romeo and Juliet, that's Orden Rosa. Lost Tales. There's something else as well. I know there's another one that we started making. I've forgotten what it even was now. It's in here somewhere. But that's what this whole segment is about. What are we doing? Giant. Yeah, we started working on the Giant narrative. Yes. There's also the Giant narrative and the Lost Tales, which contains Dandelion, which is part of the Westwick saga, and a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm just literally trying to like get my notes together on this, because it's like we wrote a lot. We wrote a lot of stuff. So let's have a look at these lost tales. What's this one? Oh my god. Oh my god. Right, just for record, most books are 6 pages because a page is a chapter. So obviously these are from when I was developing it, because this is 10 pages. Oh my god, this is a proper book. I know what this is. This is like paradise. Make us proud, make humanity proud. George's blessing. Stoic Xenon. Marched Legion. There's a Stoic Legion. This is the end of the... What the... Stop. This is the end of the book. Spoilers. Let's go to page 0. Oh, it's a whole poem about the force within the megastructure. Okay, right. Page 1 then. Okay, archive, Sundays program ascent, church attendance, contemplation, access granted, etc. Oh yeah, this is cool. This is the... So, the whole point of this book is there's a whole bunch of like aspects of personality who are embodied by machines that live in this giant megastructure in the deep future where humanity's long gone, and they're trying to debate. They're having a debate. So like one of them is all logical, another one is superstitious. There's all these different aspects, you know, and the idea is they're trying to debate. One of them's hard science, you know. There's one they're trying to debate like whether humans even existed, and the evidence of where they are being clearly manufactured and built and designed was the proof. And then they're like, oh, they're all having the same philosophical debate that we have about is God real, but they're having the same exact debate about humans, you know, because no one's ever met one. There's there's not been a living human for like 1 million years or something, you know, something silly like this, you know. Like the machine races at the end of their civilization was the setup, you know. So it's like way, you know. So then it's like they think that humans are a myth. They think that it's just something that people made up for the children, you know what I mean? There's all these different... Anyway. And so that's the whole... Pretty much... And most of the book is the philosophical debate between these different machines about whether humans were even real. Because, you know, most of the proof comes from scripture. Oh, you can't see that. Whap. There. If humanity created paradise as scripture suggests, what purpose did the biological simulations serve? No carbon-based entities are documented in our historical record. The presence of oxygen-generating flora and self-sustaining fauna suggests accommodation for non-machine life forms. What is it? The presence of it? Yeah. So yeah, it suggests they could have existed. Machine cult interpreted biosphere's biological emphasis as evidence of humanity's divine providence, creating an environment that reflected their own origins. Empiricists suggested that natural systems might simply represent optimal energy exchange mechanism for self-sustaining habitat. Anyway, it was cool. A little bit wordy, but we wrote this ages ago. Okay, so that one's cool. What else do we got? We got another paradise story. Probably more about Xenon's journey, or maybe oh my god, 20 pages. I must be mad. That's like trying to do a trilogy. That's like more than a trilogy. That's like trying to write 5 books in one shot. But we didn't know how powerful the tools were at the time. Look at this. The ferals believe they are liberating you. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. More spoilers. Back. Number 4. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Let's skip to page 1. Paradistro's construction. Oh, it's the prequel. I wrote a prequel because it would be fun to learn about, you know, who designed it and how it started and all this. You know, how do you build a megastructure? So I thought it would be cool. Look at this. The first successful consciousness transfer occurred into the 7,832nd year of the construction. So it's going through all a bunch of like cyberpunk. Oh my god, they're downloading into machines. Wait a minute, didn't they just do that in Alien Earth? They had the idea first. I probably got the idea from Alien anyway. Or something. Jovian Naval Academy here. Oh, this is Johan and Thora. Interesting. And we've got the expanded 20-page version. My god, this must be an epic Skyfall point. This is probably actually a book that got published. But yeah, it's somewhere. Upscale done. We also got 7B. What's 7B? Oh, it's just an archive. 08 initial. Oh, I saw Dandelion. No, we got to do it in order. We got to do it in order. Nice. It's more... Oh, it's the prequel for... It's the prequel for the Thora adventure. It's just an archive. Okay, what do we got on page 2? Oh, it's the frickin' Westwick. Nice. So then 20 was Dandelion. Expanded, smooth, sniped, and golden shadowed. So this one actually looks like it's ready to go. Dandelion might be ready to go. I'll have to give that one a read. So Dandelion might actually be the first one. Earmark Dandelion because it looks like all the steps have been completed. Give it a read and get it ready for publish. Can we make it red? We can, but you only see the colours in light mode. God knows. God knows. Who cares? It says grey still. Save it. Right. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Right. Standing up. Right. Makes your eyes go funny for a second. Like, whoop. Dutch over. Dutch done. But yeah, like I said, so we got a whole bunch of different things to work through on the Writers Club side. So I'm going to get them all like teed up, and then it's going to be InDesign time, most likely. Make a new template for the book series and put them up. So Dandelion and the Smooth. Yeah. It should already be there. Yep. What's it say? I just upscaled your image to 5K. The skin is amazing using Quen. Okay, cool. I don't think I posted the original image, did I? Did you take an original image from Seedance? Because it's not about upscaling WAN. It's about upscaling Seedance to see if we can keep the original skin complexion. But anyway... yeah, check out the Discord if you want to see that one. Dragon's just posted it. So that, I think, is everything. Let me just double check here. Nope. Yeah, we'll keep that up. That's fine. Precision Paradox, Romeo and Juliet, Lost Tales, and then the Giant Narrative. So yeah, got a bunch of them. It's probably about, I don't know, 15? Yeah, but the images, you took my Seedance. The images I posted were all WAN upscales though. So there were occasionally where I post 2 images. One of them is the Seedance out, and the other one is a WAN out, right? So if you took the WAN out, it's not, well, anyway. Just make sure you get the one that's smaller when you get the pair. If you want to have like an actual fair test. So like if I go to images, Yeah, Quen, lots of details. So which one did you take? Yeah, you... Wait. Oh, no, wait. I think that is actually... Yeah, that's the original. Yeah, okay, well done. You got it. Because it has the funny gun. I think the WAN version of it looked different. Well, we've looked at all these anyway. We've looked at all these. It's got the juice, but it's lost a lot of the gore, if I'm being real. And the skin texture is better than WAN. I'll say that much. It is better than WAN on the skin texture. But it's made different mistakes, look. You know what I mean? There's different mistakes there. But yeah. Quen, I think you said. Yeah. My opinion is for the open source, Quen image is probably your best choice. We'll probably do a bunch of stuff with that eventually, like, you know, doing all of the usual stuff. Right. Time to update Comfy. Oh, joy of joys. I should have just pushed this button. Oh, not that one, that one. Oh, not that one, that one. There we go. So we're going to go into the update. And we're going to do that one. And hope beyond all hope that we don't get screwed over by the update. It's looking good so far. Translucent prosthetics, yeah, it's very cool. I think what I might do, Fernie, is I might take some of the best examples of translucent prosthetics and then train a small, tight LoRa on just that. But it'll take a while to harvest the inputs and sort them out. So let's see, update. We've done the update. Okay. Oh, I'll have to redo my sim reset. Hold up. What? Like no options in the right-click menu. I'm gonna do Python sim reset. And it's gonna be this directory, and we're gonna be mapping it to this directory. Yep. Okay. Yep. Cool. Okay, that's my sim reset done. I should be able to start the engines. Guess. Look at some of these. So I guess there's a couple of things we need to do here. What are you doing? Look at this beauty. Xformers is busted. Workflows. So you might not need this soon, but you know, because Comfy's got its own API nodes, right? Which is why I'm updating, because I'm hoping that it's got the new model in there. Oh, that was a bit of a chunky error. Oh, there's another one. Oh. It's lurching its way to a conclusion, guys. Hopefully we get somewhere. Yeah, Wan didn't want to implant the metal. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's true. It probably just didn't have any knowledge, so it's like actually just trying to fix the detail. You know, if it sees a line, it thinks it's a wire or some hair or something, because that's what it typically would be. It just goes to show that the, you know, that 32 billion parameters or something it has? I don't know. I couldn't, when I looked up, I couldn't find any actual specs on that stuff. Just a bunch of marketing guff. So, I don't really know. But this is the workflow that I've been using. So going from the back, we obviously have the prompt, the input image for the upscale. We have the, you know, the tiled upscaling setup, which is going to be using 4 steps with 1 CFG, EULA beta, 0.35 on the denoise. I'm actually going to bring that down to like 3.1. See if we can capture some detail. I'm going to take the shift down to 1 as well. And I've got my LoRa's loaded here, so I'm going to turn them off. And we're going to override that so we don't have, you know, we don't have this involved, because that was putting the triggers for the LoRa's in. And then up here we have the size, that's setting the size for the upscaler, 4K. And obviously my WAN is using 2.2 T2V, A14B, low noise. I'm using Q8 for the clip and the model. And then the standard 2.1 VAE. What's this here? RW Dream 4 Brutal Vision. And it's going into the High Dream. Alright, maybe we'll make an actual Dream 4 folder now. Yeah. Dream SD4. I think that's it. Dream 4. Oh crap. Oh, that's really disorienting. Get teleported around. Okay. Dream 4. And then... Right. Let's do some brutal futures. I've had enough of this alien stuff. I don't know about you. I'm going to put brutal futures back in. And we'll do the same thing. So if I just go ahead and find myself CarX Johnson, we're going to make ourselves a nice BMW. Now, what prompt am I using? Yeah, we're going to use that. So that's going to be interesting, actually. There's no image input for this model, so forget that. But we are putting it into the Olama image input. I'm using Quen25VL. Okay. So that's your enhanced prompt there. I was having trouble where the enhanced prompt was too big. RWC Dream Brutal Vision. Oh well, look at that. That's exactly what I need to type. Don't need to do that. So again, this would reject. A lot of the time it would reject everything. It was very funny about what size you would want to get. I did try a bunch of stuff. This was constantly complaining. It wouldn't let you do scheduler, nothing. It wouldn't let you do any of the custom stuff. Anyway, enough of that. So as I say, the nice thing about this is we can just pick C-Dream and get the base, get a nice base out of it, and then do whatever it is we want to do after that point. In this case, I want to upscale it with my LoRa's, but we're not too worried about that just yet. So there we go. Raw photo of my car, competition tuned, metallic green BMW E30. Okay, and this is the prompt that we get from the enhancer. It's gonna do retro futuristic elements. Apparently, this is going to be interesting. Outspin team stickers, huh? Wow, look at that. How did you do that? You must have seen the image. God knows knows how that's going to come out. Oh, there it is. Look at that. That is not bad. It even tried to say out, spin team. So if you look at this, the spokes are bad, guys. Yeah, the spokes are actually bad. But the image composition itself is really good. This is nice. This is a nice image. The car doesn't look too funky. The back is a bit weird, but it's fine. And so then we're going to throw that through WAN. That's essentially what's going on here. Now, to sort of make things interesting, yeah, how about we shove some Geiger in there, right? It does look a lot like, yeah, it is. It's the same generation. Yep. Nice car. 328 says Dragon. 0.75. Yeah, it's loading. He's loading, guys. Give him some time to warm up. But yeah, what I want to do is I just want to add that back in and say a Geiger style, because then I don't want to put the biomech on just yet. Obviously I could change the enhancer, but I just want to see what happens. Might turn the strength up, who knows. We're running relatively low denoise, so it should just do upscale. We're running a 0.31. Okay. And that's the target. Again, if we actually zoom in on it, the spokes are terrible. But the wheels are round and in an arch. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. We'll see how that one comes out. The moon, the moon. Okay. Spokes are better. Still bad, but most people wouldn't notice. It always gets worse towards the, you know, where it can't see the edge because of the perspective. You see how it can't, it kind of tries to see, it wants to complete the edge. It knows that at some point you can't really see it because of the perspective, but it doesn't really, do you see what I mean? You can see just there, like, it's like kind of warped, where it's trying to show, like if you were to turn this camera around, the inside of his rim has been pushed out, you know? But that's super picky because it has the correct number of lights, it has the grille in the middle, you know, the bumper's perfect, the splitter's perfect, you know, maybe it's got like an extra cubby hole. Yeah, it's got an extra cubby hole where it shouldn't have. But maybe it's an intake, maybe it's asymmetric. The point I'm trying to make is that this is like streets ahead of what you can get most of the time. Text is bad though. You can't really do much about that. Look, it's tried. Look, BMVV, IVI, BMVI. So let's add a bit of Geiger in here and see what happens, because that's always fun. Now it's going to be probably light at first. Let's have a look, because we're brutal future. We're doing brutal future right now. Look at the concrete. And really, you need to do a little bit more than just put the thing in front, all right? But I can show that. It's just I kind of love this aesthetic. It's kind of cool. Green, the concrete against the orange, and then the car happens to be green, which is also nice. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, we got the outspin team, guys. That's clever. Wide body, E30. You can't have a car with Geiger. No, you can, but it's doing, you know what I mean? It's like, it's such a light, like just putting Geiger in front of car doesn't really, because remember, we're at 0.31. They're barely doing anything. So I could turn the denoise up, but I don't want to do that. So I'd probably play with shift first, actually. So let's do shift 3 first, which is high. You can go way higher than that, obviously, you know, for the benefit of everybody watching. So we're going to queue up shift 3 and see the difference. We're not doing same seed. It's fine. But the next step, what we're going to do is we're going to change the enhancer to an actual Geiger enhancer. So at the moment, we've been using my Brutal Futures Vision, okay, which isn't even, they're not even released yet, but they will be. And we're going to use T2i ENH Biomech for the next one. I'm going to leave the shift quite a high, but I'm not changing the denoise yet. You got to save good stuff for later. So let's see what we get. Should just be a nice car, you know what I mean? But I don't know, guys. I mean, shipping containers in a bunker, kind of like, what is going on here, you know? I love that though. Outspin team, let's go. Nice chrome. The wheels have good form. They get a bit confused, as I say, when they, but the rest is looking good. Very good. Very nice, very nice. Okay. What? Ask yourself, what is the Geiger doing? Yeah? What is the Geiger doing? So when you get this, this is the output, right? So when it comes to here, we have to ask what's the difference between these two. Do you know what? I might just do a little bit of shuffling here. So you can like get it all on screen a little bit bigger. Because no one's looking at the prompt really. Oh wait, you gotta go down like that. And then, oh, there. Ah, Comfy scamming me with the handles. See, I thought my handles were bad. It turns out everyone's handles are bad. Okay, right, there we go. Hey, okay. But that is a little bit easier to compare by eye. So obviously it's the wrong way round, but you know, that's what it is. So the one on the left is the WAN upscale, the one on the right is the original output. I mean, you can tell, look, it's fixed the outspin team, like, what is it? You got fixed text there. Outsin team. Those wheels, not good. Whoa! Whoa! Okay, now it's working, guys. It's working now. Look at that. Do you think it's work? Is it working? I might have to dial it back. But yeah, if you look at the spokes here, like, those spokes are pretty good. Well, they're okay. They're okay. There's still a couple of problems, but they're okay. That does look good, though. Like I said, the wide body is really weird. Very confused. It's very confused about what the wide body is, but you know, man, what are we making now? It's got a spine. I think we might have to dial it back. Maybe dial it back to like 1.5. Dial the shift back, because we're using the enhancer now. So obviously the enhancer is going to inject a bunch of good terms. Did I actually load the LoRa? Yeah, I did load the LoRa. That's okay then. Alright. So then I guess we'll just leave it on. I like the exposed glowing green fluids that sit on the front splitter. What is that about? It's kind of awesome. I mean, the spine is a little bit too much. The hood-mounted brain with spine attachment, that's a bit much, but there's some cool ideas here. I'm not gonna lie, there's some cool ideas. Not really sure. Is this a zombie? It must be a zombie car of some description. Epic. Oh, we got the whole car this time. For some reason, it's got the translucent panels, guys. Nice 5-spoke alloys. Very good, very good. That's actually a really good generation coming out of there. Spinal. I love how the spine is draped over the driver's side so you can't see shit. You never know, mate. That might actually save lives. I could see how that could actually work. I mean... Whoa. Probably need to turn the detail down a bit, actually, because it's doing a great job. I guess we'll decide when we get the result of this. Look at this. Jellyfish body panels. I've never seen anything like it. Never seen anything like it. A Geiger F1 Halo roll bar. Yeah, yeah. Like, what? Can imagine it's like got tension to it as well. So like if you roll over, it would just like bend with the ground and like, yeah. Zombie apocalypse cars. Yeah, I know, right? Ah, look at that. We got the BMW logo from the upscale. That's cool. Oh my god. What is that? Untpint. Untpint team. The Untpint. Is this my new future? Am I being shown an alternate future? Johnson starts the Untpint team. That's pretty good. It's spinal. They pull you over and say, what is that? You just say, it's spinal. So do you think the Geiger's working? Do you think the Geiger... I think it's working, guys. We didn't even change the denoise yet. Should we change the... Let's change the denoise. Wait. Should we go up or down? That's the question. Up or down? More denoise or less denoise? This is the tough decisions, guys. I reckon we'll go up just to see what's going on, right? So let's take the... Oh, crap. Let's take the instant off, put it on, and then do like, I don't know, 0.5, then 0.75, and then we'll drop down to 0.25 because I want to test if we're getting those, retaining those details. Okay, so quick, before it changes, it's going to do an API and change very quickly. Get your eye-by-eye comparisons in there. I mean, you could just pause the stream, actually, so it's easy for you. It is better on the left, on whatever setting. I had it at 0.31. Whoa! You spin, team. Wow, look at that. That is something else. Those wheels. Look at this wheel design. Whoa! Didn't they make like a straight to DVD movie about a monster truck that had a Cthulhu inside of it? I remember I have a vague recollection of a movie trailer. Was it called Monster Trucks? It might have actually been called that. But this is insane. This is insane. This is a direction I don't think anybody's gone in. You know how you see like those custom hot rods that have like all Geiger style chrome and everything all over it? I don't know if anyone's ever done that with a BMW. Look, maybe they have. Maybe they have. But that right there is an insane. That is an insane body kit. It looks alive. The new Back to the Future car. Yeah, when you hit 88... No, it's got to be 69, because everything's got to be crossover jokes now. Do you know what I mean? You can't just make a joke. It's got to be a meta joke. So you got to hit 69 miles per hour now. You know? Because you know? Ooh, the WAN version. Ooh, the WAN version, though. The WAN version, though. It's less biological. But still cool, though. What? Like, what's this for? You just say it's spinal. I don't know what this translucent multicolor bag thing is about. I guess it's to protect the electronics from the rain. But that's another wild choice. Like, what? What? They'd make it illegal. They'd say that if somebody rear-ended you, the person that rear-ended you is more likely to die from being impaled by the spine. And they'd make it illegal. Even though it's like, well, don't crash into the back of me then. But they'd still be like, nah. Look at this. That's the best body kit job I've ever seen. That's what happens when you try to glue your parts yourself from eBay. It's just spinal, exactly. It's just, look, this is spinal. It's actually like part of the chassis. You know, you can't just take it out. It's just spinal. Another t-shirt. Yeah. We'll have to write that one down as well. So I think this one is 0.5, the next one is 0.75, and then the last one is going to be 0.25. Oh no! What happened? Something went wrong. Something went very, very wrong. Too much denoise? Yes, too much denoise. Wow, that really broke. That really broke bad, like, oof. My eyes can't even make sense of that. Oh, it's almost a shame, because, like... Oh, no, it's okay. We're going back down to 0.25 for this one, thank God. 0.2 is what I use for, like... It will change, but not much. 0.25 is quite creative, so it might turn this into something else. If I save this image... I might be able to drop this image back in and do it again with lower denoise, just as an experiment. Yeah, let's do that. Come on. Yes. We're going to go down to 0.2, and then we're going to do it again, and we're going to go down to 0.15, which is, that's my usual setup. Oh my gosh, it's gotten so confused. Yeah, we'll leave it on this one. Did we actually publish those workflows? Yes. Okay. That's fat. If it comes out nice. I hope I didn't make this... I love how it's like you're on a knife edge, do you know what I mean? You put the wrong value in and it comes out like absolute garbage, but you get the right value and it's like, yeah. There you go, there's your zombie car. You wanted a zombie car, we got you covered. It's spinal. You're not getting a body kit design like that anywhere else, I'll say that for sure. I love how it's kind of really obsessed with just putting giant cans on the back. For, you know, they don't do anything. It's fine. Giant spine, Geiger style. just add a spine. Let's find something I haven't done. Oh, now that one could be pretty cool. We'll go with that one. Anyone ever hear of Ethan Van Sciver? He's a cool dude. He's written a comic book called Cyber Frog, and I think he was working at DC when they did a lot of Green Lantern stuff, so he was like fairly embedded. But he has an awesome style in the Cyber Frog series, and I'm more interested in the way he draws insects. Now obviously there's no Laura here, so you're not going to get that. But I am interested to see what we get with those sorts of influences combined with the biomechanical enhancer. It might end up being an interesting combination. That came out pretty good. It didn't, see what I mean? It's kept the viscera when we've just lowered the denoise a bit. Fat. Someone's cheap fiberglass kit applied by a 10-year-old, says Dragon. It's like the old picture, the person with 4 eyes. You don't know which is the real one. Yeah, that's true. It's just ectoplasm, guys. It's just ectoplasm. There was a ghost. So as you can see, going from right to left, you only get better. You don't lose any detail or anything. And all I did was just keep reducing the denoise. You know what I mean? Just keep reducing the denoise. It'll still improve it while it makes it better. Like you can see that the text has got an improvement. Reflections are getting improvement. The only thing which I don't like about WAN is it has a tendency to make perfect droplets. If you see here, this is all just kind of noisy. You know what I mean? It's almost like bad paint, actually. Whereas this, it's made like quite large droplets. Like you'd have to have a heavily waxed surface, which you would. But I'm just saying. What's it doing right now? It's taking forever. What did I feed it? Insect invasion. Okay. Here it comes. Ooh! I didn't expect to get that. I feel a new style coming on. See, like I said, I brought up Ethan Van Sciver out of respect because I was inspired by his work when I bought his comics to make this kind of biomechanical insect stuff, which he drew in such exquisite detail, but I never used his name. I never took any of his images. I've never done anything like that. It was purely the idea and using the words. So we don't even have a pre-trained Laura here. We're just putting words, okay? And if anything, I've borrowed more from a Geiger. So the prompt is a painting of a giant robot standing in the city. You see what I mean? There's nothing there because I would have fine-tuned these words with artwork in the past, which was like an attempt, yeah? Crypto space coins, exactly. Yeah, that's the collector series. So this painting depicts a giant robot standing in a desert landscape. Blah 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 blah. If you look through here, is there? Oh, there's actually not much. There's not much there. It didn't even get spinal. What the hell? He's slacking. There's also I did mention this once, but then never again. Sometimes I'll show you guys I'm using like a prompt enhancer. You can chain prompt enhancers that have specific tasks. So say I wanted there to be a spine every time, I could have it as a second, so you can refine your so you can do the prompt, do the enhancement, then you can refine that with rules. Not to make a new prompt, but to exchange words for words, make sure certain terms are used. That's essentially what your LoRa Aware is. You fed it the captions that it trained on. It's going to try and use those words, which means it goes to the differences. Let's make a buttload of these. These are cool. Let me just double check what we're getting. I want to show you guys what we're actually putting into the vision here, because it will be mid-journey. It's not image to image though, so we're just using the words. Now, what else could I do to make this better? So I've got my Geiger style. Geiger style's loaded. We'll bump it up to 8.8, and I could use a different VLM. Let's try intern VL. Is that actually a VLM? Intern VL. Multimodal. Multimodal means it's got vision. Surely. I just want to be sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've been using it, but the thing is, it has a built-in fallback, so even if it didn't work, it wouldn't tell me. So, intern visual PRM. Okay. So it's got vision then. Multimodal reasoning. It doesn't really... It says visual process bench. I don't know if that's really what I think it is, though. Oh, there we go. They're measuring it against Quen. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. So we'll try this one. Intern VL 3.5 4 billion model, and hopefully it doesn't give me an output that's like a book, because sometimes it gives you an output that's so long that this thing refuses it. The API is like, your prompt's too long. Okay, we're good. Hyper-realistic biomechanical fusion artwork featuring an atomically intricate mechanical organism, giant arachnid form, seamlessly integrated with advanced wire-based exoskeleton technology. Chrome tubular structures extend from each leg. Flesh. Horrors. Beautiful. Beautiful. Wow. Wow, it's so good. It's even got little spidery hairs coming out the tubes. What is that? Man. Epic. I actually have a story called Cosmic Spiders as well. It's spinal, guys. Wow. That is something else. Nice mandibles, bro. Holy crap. Now, the workflow that I'm currently running is using Runware nodes. That's why it's in the Runware pack. And the Runware nodes can use all these cool models, and all the lore is on Civet. It's a really very cool system. But the reason we updated Comfy earlier wasn't just so we could use a system that you've got to go and get it. When you click on your name in ComfyUI, you have a credit balance and you can top it up. So they've got their own internal API, right? Oh yeah, we got the balance right, guys. Look at that. That looks great. It hasn't lost the textures. I'd say this still looks a little bit more visceral. This looks a little bit more rubbery. Do you know what I mean? But it still looks disturbing as... Oh my god, what is that? I wouldn't even want to touch that. It looks like rot or curd, or... It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. It's certainly not good, like a brain attached to a mechanical spider. Yeah, that's nightmare fuel. But as I say, let's just find out, because I bet I should have it updated now. This is why we updated. So if we go to API, it's built into Comfy, so you don't need to use, I'm using Runware, but they're an external thing. So let's see if we can find it here. Oh, don't tell me it's not here yet. Tut tut. Byte Dance. Sea Dream 4. So. I was right. Oh boy, we can go straight. There's no way that 4K is still 3. Do you know what, guys? I have 22 cents on my account right now. They claim it's 3 cents for 4K. So do you know what we're going to do? There's no way that's right. I'm sure, well, we'll find out. Because the thing is that these guys, I think I have to update these nodes. Because until this model came out, there weren't any models that could do this size and higher. And so these nodes are limited to 2048, 2048. If you try to go higher, it just doesn't look. You can't do it. Not my nodes. I can't change it, blah, blah, blah. So we couldn't even get the full power, which is why we have all of this down here. So imagine a world where we do this. It's even got an image input. It might even be able to do image input. This is going to be insane. Okay, so I'm going to put that there. I think that's all I need to do. Watermark true. What the fuck? Imagine if you take the watermark off and the price doubles. That'd be so good. Anyway, I said imagine. It doesn't do that. Copy that. Paste that. Put that there. Put that there. Change this to Seedream 4 up native. This is a whole new world, guys. Up native. Plug that in. All right, let's go. There's no way that was just 3 cents. Should come down to 0.18. It's funny we're using... But this is what I'm talking about, guys. Look, mixing APIs. Cost to me, pennies. Cost to them, they got to spin up multiple GPUs for your little workflow, right? You see what I mean? I'm using my local GPU. I'm using 2 of their I'm using a Comfy GPU, and I'm using a Runware GPU. Ooh, what the hell is that? Holy crap. He's got the glowing buttocks. He's got translucent buttock materials. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely spinal. So yeah, it's interesting imagery you got there. So what did I do here? Did I change the model? Oh, okay. This was the vision input. Inspired by, not anything like... Okay. I just... Oh yeah, support Cyberfrog. Good comic. Actually good comic. Amazing artwork. Well drawn. Won't be let down. Looks like the creature in the Maze Runner movie. Look at the shoulders. Shoulder blades. Shoulder blades and digital legs. Something tells me he runs really fast and cuts things. Okay, so we should be getting our response from the Seedream 4K order. Maybe. It's thinking about it. If it's really 3 cents for 4K straight, that's impressive. I do also want to just get it in, 21 to 9. Super wide. Give me it in super wide next time. So actually, native 4K. Now that's what I call an image model. You meant the spider. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh. So WAN has done its best to refine this for us. And we definitely got something here. Wow. It's actually crazy. Oh my goodness, what's going on? Dude, we're like creating some serious lore right here. What's this deal? You know what I'm going to say. Damn, that's the 4K version. You know what I mean? Of the same scene. Bro. What the? Fallout 3? Could be. It's like Lovecraftian, Geiger-ish. Damn. I have to keep reminding myself of what we're even basing it on. Because, of course, you know, so much enhancing is going on. It's just, this is more of like a style suggestion. It's got, you know, very little is coming through from that. It's crazy. So, and you know what? It says we can do image to image. Let's do one more. And then I'm going to try it. Because if it lets us... how big is it? It's tiny. Oh, I did shrink it though, so it's probably 1024. Okay, so it looks like the Comfy nodes are superior. The Comfy API nodes in this case, which is nice. And I think they might be cheaper as well, although don't quote me on that. It's going to go super wide. Whoa! New from Boston Dynamics. You won't believe what we've made. It was so easy, guys. We just turned it on. Man, it takes a while though. So 3000 by 1290, that's respectable. 21:9 sized image. It looks like we have to wait. So which is going to finish first? My upscale or the API? That's kind of funny that it takes the same amount of time though. Don't you think? Which one's going to finish first? The API or my upscaler? My upscaler finished first. So my upscaler's faster. But to be honest though, I'm only going up to 2880. Alright. This guy's going up to 4096. It's going to be fat. 3000 by 1200. Get out of here. Whoa, there it is. Okay, so there's your inspiration. And there's your output. It's got a security camera. That's so cool. It's a nice little touch, you know? Just put CCTV on the killer spider. Oh, crabs. We need to do crabs. Why am I messing around with insects? I should have been doing lobsters and whatnot. Okay. We're going to try doing it with an image input now, because you can. There's no denoise though, so I'm guessing it's automatic? Question mark? Hopefully it doesn't like make it small, because look, this is square. You see what I mean? Like, what does that do? Is that actually maybe it's a vision thing. Maybe it's not actually image to image. I guess we'll find out. Ooh. It definitely picked up on the color. But that's... No, that's the prompt. Because remember, this one is prompt, pure prompt. So that comes from pure prompt. That's really cool. It's a very, do you know what? It's a very well-defined style. Like, they always come out kind of looking the same-ish. They've got this translucent stuff, exposed mechanics. He's just so pleased to meet you guys. Hi, I'm from the government. I'm here to help. Ah, beautiful. It's not quite as like raw, you know, but this is like also low quality. Do you know what I mean? You can say, oh yeah, I mean, this is more creative, and you'd probably be right. But at the same time, what's this? You see? And while I don't even care about that, and I do kind of like how this looks, I can't really say that this is not better or whatever. But it's like, the way I see it is like spice. It's like ingredients, you know. We're throwing things into a pot and seeing what boils to the surface a lot of the time. Yeah, I win. I was fastest. So we now have a high quality upscale of that. Yep. Much better. It almost looks like a photo sometimes. Like if you put a bit of denoise over the top, it will look even better. I still think this one takes the cake though. That's so cool. Wait. Oh, it's changed already. I think it actually was similar environment with the same character ID. So that's useful. Strange though, because obviously completely different seed, you know? Ooh. Image to images go. Oh my goodness. Dudes. There's the crappy car. And it's tried to do the thing. Oh, I wish I could just make it a bit stronger. There's no strength control. Well, that's crazy. I mean, look, to be real, it looked better before. But I do kind of like how that's faithful. Look how faithfully it's done that. You know? Let's do another one. How many things? Am I going to run out in a minute? Whoa. Let's blow the credit, guys. This is a cool one. It's like, what did I call it? It was vaguely Stalinhagish, with an inspiration from Ethan Van Sciver. Not in terms of what his work is, but in terms of the subject and what it is. Like, you know, biomechanical insects which are large in a sort of dystopia. It's kind of like vaguely... Ooh, a wasp person. Ugh, that's disgusting. I love it. This is so good. Disgusting. Ah, the hive. The flesh hive. Ugh. 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 Squash it. Squash it quick. Wow. The wings look beautiful. Look at that. Damn, dude. So again, it's the idea. The idea, not the look, not the lore, none of that. You know what I mean? It's like the idea of a man with a sword made out of light is not exclusive to Star Wars. You see what I mean? But it kind of goes that way. If you say a man with a lightsaber, a man with a laser sword, you know, it evokes a strong association with Star Wars, you know what I mean? So if you want to do cybernetic wasps, you better be doing it differently, because otherwise you're just stealing people's ideas, which is fine if you like up front. I think if you're like, oh, this is a homage, you know, like I say, oh, these are the influences. Like, oh, okay. It's not as disgusting. That's more disgusting. See, the problem with Juan is he's able to fix it, and he fixes it, and then it looks like fake, whereas that looks like kind of messed up, like it might be real. like the flesh, where the flesh meets this, it's all twisted and gnarled up. Whereas this has made it all clean and molded, you know what I mean? Which is, looks a bit like intestine, I guess. But what I mean is, like, this has a sort of visceral, noisy look to it, which ends up lending to look more organic, especially under the belly. Look at that. That looks like a side of beef. It looks like meat, yeah? Whereas we come under here and it's like, it looks like a toy. It looks like a toy, like plastic. Yeah, plastic. And you can fix that, like I said, with a post-processing effect, like just add some Gaussian monochromatic noise or whatever. Camera raw, you can do it with a couple of sliders. So it's like not a big job. Also, look at the mandible. It looks all bloody and you know, kind of messed up, but it looks believable. Like, whereas this on this side, I think we just completely lost the shape here. I don't even know what it's doing now. I don't even know what that is. It looks more like a turkey neck or a turkey, you know, like a turkey nose. Maybe that's what it is. Oh. Oh. I didn't disconnect the image and it's nothing like that one. Well, okay. So I'm revising what I said earlier. I think it might be an IP adapter then. It's just the first time it actually matched this style super closely. Whereas now it's more like what the model was trying to make, but also it has elements from this. You see, we've got the guy with the red helmet, and also we've got a little guy in the background, which we didn't have. I like that. It's like a reimagining, more like an IP adapter. Oh, do you know what we need to do? We need to upscale this one. But it's already huge. Oh, I know. Yes. Okay, right, here we go. This is funny. Okay, so that's the output from that one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new workflow. No runware. Native only. There we go. Native only. Because, yeah, you can just use your Comfy account that you already have. You don't have to sign up to Runware and all that nonsense. It's like saves you some effort there. So we'll put that there. Oh, I've already done it. So delete. Right, we're going to get rid of that. Get rid of that. Move that to there. Move that to there. Put that on there. Put this on here. That's the original input. 21:9 is a bad boy width. I might have to put it back to 16:9. And by the way, guys, this is we're actually lining up for a bit of a collaboration that Dragon should remember. The next time we do our dataset evolution remix revert pack, we're going to be using these sorts of workflows, but we're going to be saving the images with Dragon's Boyo nodes. So you may as well go ahead and pick his nodes up. They're linked in our Discord, and it will give you the ability to save the images with the file, with the captions, and then have a dataset ready for training. So we're going to be coming back around. We were here 3 months ago, and here we are again. So, you know, if you were here last time, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you're new, then maybe you don't, but this is something that happens whenever we get a landmark jump. Okay, we start remixing all of our stuff. So, right. With that said, we've got our output from there. That's our preview. So then we go into upscaling. And I think I should actually be a little bit more accurate here. It's actually that way around. Image in, image out. Okay. 4K is actually not, that's 2880 by 2880. 3072X is 3072 by 3072. So, if we were already at 4K, 3024 by 1296, 3072 will give us a little bump. It's not a big bump, but you know, when you're getting up to this sort of level. But it does give me the opportunity to inject some Geiger. 0.25. All right. Look at this. You know what? We might take it down to even 0.2, actually. Let's go with that. Now, if this explodes, I deserve it. Because it's already 4K and I shouldn't be so greedy. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, aha, so you're going to give me 4K out the box. Right, I want more. And we already know there are safer ways of doing what I'm about to do. But the more creative you get, the more the seams show. So that's something important. And you can do color correction on each tile individually to try and make it like match better, which will help. But ultimately, seams, you know, if you zoom all the way in, you will see seams. They're just hidden but well. Wow. Oh, dude, it looks like a builder. Oh my God. You know, machines that build megastructures like insects build hives. Oh, look at that. It's the original. That's a Mid-Journey. I don't know exactly what version. It's probably quite old. Probably like version 3. Or maybe 4, but I think version 3. But that's definitely a Mid-Journey. And so it's taken this. Look at that. It's got the element. You see what I mean? It's more of an IP adapter than an image. Yeah, it's more of an IP adapter. So it's going to be really interesting to see what we get, because we're driving the same prompt. We're just putting a LoRa trigger in front of it. But the actual prompt itself was enhanced by an agent that's going to inject keywords appropriately to what it saw, which were trained on this model. So it's not just the trigger. The prompt is containing many terms which should hook in. But then again, we're running it at low shift and low denoise. So it's going to make a change, but it's not going to be a big change. Oh, yeah, and the reason I don't go any higher on the res, well, you know, you might say, well, if you're going to upscale it, you may as well double it again. And you think, well, yeah, but the square law, you get diminishing returns. And even on a 4090, there are limits. You eventually run out of memory, because we are pushing our luck here. So what have we got? 4,736 by 2048. It's not bad. It's not good, though. Look at that. Ooh. Might need to add a bit more denoise. It's not bad. It's not bad. How are we looking sort of next to each other-ish? It is sharper, and it hasn't lost texture. If anything, it's too faithful. So you walk a fine line, basically, between making it like what you know, make it like the original, and then blow it up, but like keep it like the original. You know, you're like, make it look better, but don't change it. Don't change it though. Anyway. Put it back to 30. So put it down. It's going to be more like the original image, but maybe it won't, you know what I mean? Because it's kind of like not improving. Because obviously at 0.2 it doesn't really change anything, right? So when you make it bigger, it will get a bit blurry. So it's like a constant battle, like which way Oh, look at this. It's got a gun on top. Oh. Now, this is the real shit you got to worry about with all this, you know, militarized AI stuff. Man. You got your hive mind military swarm thing. I will say this is slower as well. So the runware was faster, but Comfy was slower and cheaper, but could do higher res. What the? Hey man, it's spinal. Okay then. That is an image that ever were generated. See how the quality just isn't really there, you know what I mean? Like, it's got it, but it's like, look, I'm not... Forget the fact that it's a skull coming out the ground with a mutant arm. And it's on fire. Don't worry about all that. I want to see what the upscale looks like. That's what I'm looking at. WAN mashing nodes as well, says Dragon. And WAN LoRa smashing. I think we call that. Oh, you're merging. Yes. Pet cams. Ugh. Pet cam. It was supposed to make a thing with a tower on it. What happened? I don't know what happened there. I guess the prompt was just too strong. I don't know. Oh God, it got worse somehow. Somehow it got worse. Oh no, that's horrific. All right. I think the stream just peaked. All right, we're out of here. Thanks for watching, ladies and gents. We'll be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. Watch the pings, just in case there's another power cut. But I think we should be okay. So thank you, everybody, for joining me tonight. Don't forget to check out the other live shows. There's like 245 of them now. And they're all still relevant. You know, it's all good info. So thank you again. And I'll see you next time.